Welcome to Tiafo Garage. So for those of you who have replaced your main battery on the G-Wagon, which I did a video on and I'll link here. That was about a month ago or two, and I should have replaced this auxiliary battery at the same time because the warning light came on for auxiliary battery fault on my G-Wagon here. So now it's time to just take out the battery I just put in, pop this underneath it, and then be on our merry way.
Tiafo Garage.
As before, our first step will be to hook up a 12-volt battery charger to the convenient connection here in the engine bay, since we'll be disconnecting the main battery to get underneath it. I realize now there's a negative terminal right here conveniently next to the positive one, so that's the way to do that. You can check out the regular G-Wagon battery swap out video to see how to get to this point. So now that we're at this point, that's the aux battery underneath the regular battery. Looks like there's a 10mm nut right there. We'll take off this bracket, get the old battery out. So I did use this 10mm with the extension, and then I got the nut off, but the nut fell off in there, so I've got my little magnet. After years of doing this stuff, you get tools of the trade that are useful, so if you don't have one of these magnets, you should get one too. Okay, it looks like this metal piece just kind of rotates up. It's in that hook here, and that nut we've taken out. Be very careful not to let this metal touch that positive to anything chassis on the vehicle. I actually just wrapped it a little better with paper towel there. There's also a 13mm, turns out, right there with this ground lug that's blocking this metal thing from coming up, so we have to take that off too. I took this off and out of the way. Since it's grounded, it doesn't matter if it touches wherever. You don't need to worry about it. And then now this should come up. A little encouragement. There we go. Now we have access to our battery. Looks like they're very cautious about these leads. So they got these plastic covers with the tie wraps. So I'm going to cut off those tie wraps with a wire cutter. I got those two off. We are left with this. So we'll just take those two off. They are 10mm. Since once again we're faced with a 10-volt that we don't want to hit the ground there, I'm actually going to put tape around the end of this. It's got a sock on it now. I think we're ready to take this guy out. This is the old original factory battery. This is the replacement I got on Amazon, $100. That was quite a bit cheaper than any alternatives. Looks like, once again, it's got a little more capability, 14 amp hours versus 12, and the same 200 cold cranking amps. These are non-spillable sealed batteries, so that venting tube is just kind of hanging out there. It doesn't plug into anything. But we've got the battery in the same orientation as the old one was. We'll hook up the negative first. As it turns out, the negative was the same cable that's connected to the ground. We've got the negative connected to negative, positive connected to positive. Again, be very careful when you're torquing this with this, that you don't allow it to hit any of the metal around here, because that's positive and this is negative. We will now reinstall our protective covers here with some tie wraps. I happen to have these from Harbor Freight. We've got those protective covers nicely back on. So I did actually go back and look at my video. The negative, which is the right side on this thing, is on that corner and towards the bottom. So we're gonna take this battery and go like that. So again, this vent tube just goes to nothing. It's just kind of secured it there as it was, sort of held in place, not connected. So I got the clamp on. Remember, it kind of needs to go underneath here. Recall, we've got the stud sticking up. We have to get this bolt on. Here's another little trick. It's just double wrap the tape around itself to get it started, because my extension is not magnetic. That worked. That was enough to get it started. Now we'll torque it down with our extension 10mm. We will use the same trick for this 14mm. So I put the ground lug on over the stud, and we got to just get this started. Now it's all back in, and the rest is just put the battery back the way we did it in the main battery installation video, which again, you've got a link at the beginning. I've disconnected the auxiliary charger there. Let's see if the error message went away. And it did. One last thing, make sure to recycle your battery. I ordered the battery on Amazon, but Home Depot or others will take lead acid batteries. Thank you for watching another successful repair on Tiafo Garage. We will see you next time.
Tiafo Garage.